What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you don't know me, my name is Shane and this is The Shane Show. Alright guys, today's video, what we're going to do is we're going to work on the Cobalt. I'm pretty sure that I have a valve cover gasket leak. There's oil that is coming out over around here, kind of on the side of the valve cover here. I also pulled all 4 coil packs earlier, and 2 of the coil packs were filled with oil, so we're going to go ahead and pull those real quick so I can show you guys. But yeah, we're going to replace that today, so let's get into it. Alright, so the first thing that I did is I already pulled off this cover right here that goes on the valve cover itself. I also pulled off this cover that I have over the fuel rail, and I just got those right here. So I just had some Allen keys that I used for those, pulled those off. And so now what we're going to do is I'm going to take a 10 mil. We're going to take off each one of these bolts right here for the coil packs. We're going to pull these coil packs, and then each one of these bolts here holding on the valve cover itself. We're going to end up removing those all the way around. Probably have to undo this right here for the vacuum lines coming around, and just some other things that might be in the way. And then we'll take this off. But you'll be able to see, but right now there is some oil coming over there, and then there is oil in this coil pack here and this coil pack here. So I got them in 2, and it's actually filled up where the spark plug is, so that's how I know I got to replace them. Alright, so let's just jump right into it. Alright, so an easy way to tell that your valve cover gasket probably needs to be replaced. So if you can see right there, look at all that oil that I have on this coil pack. This one's dry, that one's got oil on it also, on that second one, and then this one's dry as well. And it's hard to see, but down there where the spark plug is, that's full of oil, and then also over here it's full of oil too. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to finish taking some of this stuff off. We're going to get this cover off, and then I'll get you guys right back in. Alright, so just got all the bolts out. There's 14 in total. Let me show you guys. There's also a couple of other things that you got to do. So got one here, back there, and then you got kind of simultaneously you got 2, so there's a total of 4 between here and there. Got one here which I had to remove. There's a little bolt here, which is that one right there. That bolt goes here, so you got to move this out of the way, and this is flexible. Obviously you got to remove this vacuum line, which I have connected here to my intake and back here, and then there's another bolt back there. One thing that you're gonna have to do is there is a ground right there, so this ground is on there, so you'll have to take that off too. But in total there's 14 all the way around, and then you got 4 in the center right here, right by the spark plugs. So this should be pretty loose, and I'm gonna go ahead and knock this off and see if the valve cover gasket's leaking, which I'm pretty sure it is because there's a lot of oil leaking over here too. So let's take this off real quick, see what we got. Alright, so valve cover is off, and let me show you guys what we're working with here. So you can see this one's pretty clean, which there was no oil in there. This one's got a lot of like caked oil on there, so obviously that one's leaking. This one here, same. And then we'll go over to the valve cover gasket and I'll show you guys. And then this one's doesn't have a lot of caked oil around there, but this is full of oil, so we're gonna have to get all that out too. Obviously replace the plugs, because if it's full of oil, it's probably not running too hot. So but yeah, so other than that, I mean, there was a lot that was leaking over here as far as seeing oil, so I'm gonna go ahead and check that gasket. But just looking at this gasket, you can see how hard this is. Like, this is not how it should be. It is really, I mean, I could probably almost break it in half. It's pretty hard. So we're gonna go ahead and replace all these around here. You can see how much is caked up there. So it should be nice and lubricated all the way around. And you can see how much oil that we have right down here, all of that too. So this tells me that this is probably just super hard and it's not doing its job. So hope that's it, and I hope it's nothing else. It does make sense with everything that's going on. So let's go ahead and swap all these out real quick. I did get this from ZZP Performance. It's a complete gasket kit for LSJ. It was like 25 bucks, so super easy. So let's go ahead and get right into that. Alright, so I got the new gasket on. What you want to do is I went ahead and made sure that everything was nice and seated in there. Didn't want to have anything lifted up. Obviously when you tighten this down, it's going to push down on this harder and it's going to seat, but these are way better than the older ones. Those other ones were nice and like they're firm, cracked a little bit, so this should definitely fix that problem. Also, I went ahead and cleaned all around the outside here of the entire block, just to make sure that when it does sit, it has a nice fresh surface to sit down on. You can just use brake cleaner or whatever to get all that stuff off. So, and that's going to tell me whether or not I got a new leak. So cleaned all the oil out of each cylinder where the spark plug was at. So let's go ahead, we'll put this valve cover back on and tighten up all those bolts, and then we should have zero issues and see how this thing runs after that. All right guys, so got everything back together. Let's go ahead and check it out. So there it is, all back together. Yeah, put my covers on everything. And so let's go ahead and start it up. Keys, so I can show you guys what this thing sounds like anyway. It's been a while since I filmed the Cobalt, so. All right, let's start it up. So it sounds pretty good. Let me know what you guys think of the way this sounds. So 4-cylinder LSJ Cobalt. So definitely let me know what you guys think of the way this sounds. If you want to check out the other video too of this exhaust getting installed at Dyno Comp, I'll put a link in there too. But curious to see what you guys think too of the way the stance is. Got BBS's, Corvette brakes on. Obviously carbon hood, carbon trunk. Got a pretty rare, it's called the Blur Pull color from GM back in '06, but you know, it looks pretty good with some light on it. So we'll go ahead and shut it off so neighbors aren't too upset. I can't take it out for a drive right now because this is the other part of my hood latch, and there's another nut that goes on here, so I'll show you guys. So this sits right in here for there, and I got to put a nut on there. So just didn't have time to go get one, been super busy, so didn't want the hood to fly off. So yep, got to fix that. But anyways, I think that'll be the end of today's video. Hope that you learned something. Hope you're able to, you know, if you do have that problem with your valve cover gasket, you can fix it. Hope that you like the Cobalt, and if you do, again, like, share, subscribe. Bought this car brand new, had it since '06. But anyways, that's it. Talk to you guys soon. Have an update on the Skyline soon also. Just like that, Shade Show's out. Peace.